All right, I think we're going to stay in Iowa for our next call. Looks like Larry has called us. Larry, welcome to RFD-TV.
Okay. Glad to be there.
Your question for our panel.
I was wondering, what is the average return for dollar amount of AGROTAIN that you put on, that you get for a return in Iowa, you say, middle Iowa?
Sure. An average return, and I guess we've got a lot of data for a lot of years looking at, what kind of a yield gain we get by using AGROTAIN technology in corn, particularly as obviously a major crop we have been studying. And we've seen from 8 to 12 bushel yield increases using AGROTAIN technology in corn. So a little bit of your return on investment question, which is what that was, is how much nitrogen is treated that way, or how much your cost per acre would be. But the yield response has been tremendous with it for as long as I've been involved with it. So we've got 15 to 20 years worth of data. And
we haven't talked about it, it's been on the screen, but AGROTAIN.com, a great place to go for him to get that information and a lot more about AGROTAIN.
Yeah, there's www.agrotain.com is a great place to go get some data. It's also a good place to get a hold of your AGROTAIN sales rep, and he could probably even give you some more local data if he has it. I've got a lot of dealers in Iowa doing some strip trial work, as well as Dr. Hatfield right here, right very near you in central Iowa, doing a lot of work showing a lot of good return on investment answers to your question, if you will.
Again, there's the website there on the screen for you to write that down and refer to it often, agrotain.com. We continue to get calls in. We're going to the Wolverine State here and see if he's maybe he's a Michigan State Spartan. I don't know. Jerry, welcome to RFD TV.
Yes, I'd like to know, can you mix that AGROTAIN with the Lexar?
Sure. Yeah, that's a good question. You can. AGROTAIN can be tank mixed with any of your herbicides that I don't know of any that are not labeled for mixing in 28 with AGROTAIN or AGROTAIN Plus.
You get questions like how do you apply AGROTAIN? I'm sure quite often. Maybe just cover that for someone who might not be able to get through tonight. But it's a question I'm sure you do and you get quite often. Yeah,
well, the AGROTAIN, it can be added to your urea, and we always tell the guys to put the AGROTAIN on the urea before they bring anything else into the blender. The AGROTAIN or AGROTAIN Plus can be added to the liquid nitrogen easily. Anytime in the mixing process, preferably first.
And easy. Another word to remember, AGROTAIN is easy to use as well.
It is easy to use, and it does a great job of blending on urea. The guys that have used it can testify to that, and it's quite easy, of course, to put in liquid nitrogen.
All right, heading down the home stretch here to the top of the hour, with more calls coming in. We're going to take Peggy now from Missouri. Peggy, welcome.
Good evening. Thank you for having me on.
Absolutely.
I would like to know, I'm not a commercial grower, but I'd like to know if this AGROTAIN could be used on sweet corn in the garden in heavy clay soil. Okay. And is it available for the common gardener to get?
In smaller, that would be a question, yeah, smaller applications in a garden.
Well, it would absolutely work in a garden on your nitrogen, and it would absolutely work on sweet corn. The problem would be to get available, and so if you have a local fertilizer dealer, they can get it for you. Not many of the lawn and garden stores would carry an agriculture grade product, but many of the turf versions do have AGROTAIN technology in them, so it's readily available. But I would encourage you to call your local AGROTAIN rep. It's listed on the website, and I would say he could find you a good source.
Very good.